All right. We're not messing around other than my hair. My hair is a absolute mess. I'm about to pull it out. I have adjusted a bunch of different settings based on things that I've read, things that I know, finding different settings in the software that I use, tweaking Streamlabs, tweaking my little internet router that I carry with me, tweaking OBS, tweaking Air Server, doing it all. I have changed a bunch of settings. I don't know if anybody's going to join this. And honestly, if they do, great. They can tell me, yeah, it looks okay. No, it looks like crap. Um, Audio, let me know how that works. This is more a test for me. I did some private tests. I just wanted to see taking it and kind of turning it on the public servers to see kind of what happens. Um, not really sure what's going to happen. Not sure if it's going to stay up. We're going to try. This is the fourth attempt, I think, at least, um, tonight for getting this done. I've managed to get all of two matches in. They were both wins, which is very, very nice. Um, but yeah, I think looking at it, it looks okay. My little private streams that I did, my little test streams for just myself, appeared to be okay. Now, a couple things for anybody watching, anybody who joins in. This is in 720p. It is not going at 1080p. I may increase that up. The other thing is it's only going at 30 frames per second versus 60. So the gameplay quality is going to be a little bit degraded, but I want to test it like this, and then we'll slowly kind of build up to some other things. Um, but yeah, we're gonna what I'm gonna do is just run a round of arena or two just to see, because I'd much rather the connection crap out and my focus be pulled away when I'm running arena versus running, battlegrounds. Kind of how I view that. And so far, looks a little lower than what I like it to look, but if it's got to look like that from a hotel, well, worse things in this world have happened, and worse things in this world will happen. So, anybody who does join in, as you're joining in, let me know. Um, yeah, I'm kind of watching the playback. Like I said, this is more for me. I'm bringing you guys along for the ride because it is a different stream key when I do it. So I think I may have found the hotel streaming solution. I don't. That was fun. Don't know exactly what happened there. It worked. Okay. Yeah, looking at it, quality not great, but I think the new settings will work. I don't see my connection fluctuating like mad like it was doing previously. So I think maybe we're just going to kind of stream like this for. Oops, I forgot what her heavy attack looked like. We'll stream like this for a little bit and just see. And just see what we get. You never know. Excuse me. I'm going to run one more round of arena. Want to get about 10 minutes in before I jump over to Battlegrounds. That's usually the timing of the connection wanting to go haywire, is about 10 minutes. So that's the other thing I want to test. My private streams were only, I think I did one that was 5 minutes and one that was about 8 minutes. So you guys will be my guinea pigs. My lovely, beautiful little internet guinea pigs. Let me know volume-wise. Let me know video-wise. I see a couple of you in here. I don't know if you're actually watching or not, or just kind of assuming that my connection is going to go south for the winter again tonight. Um, Woof. 5 hits, and he already had 15 charges. Actually, he had it in less than that. He had it in like 4 hits. That's crazy. I wish I knew how his charges worked. I wish I understood. Wish that was interesting. Hey, thank you, Reaper. There may be a little bit more of a stream delay from some of the settings I had to adjust. So it may be a little awkward until I get used to what the delay is, but it shouldn't be terrible. It should be normally when I'm at home, the delay is about 4 seconds. I've got it set for now 9. I'm transmitting smaller packet sizes so that the hotel doesn't freak out and kill the connection. I'm going at 1080 or at 720p versus 1080, 30 frames per second versus 60. There's not much more I can tweak and adjust. If this works, I'm going with it. It's going to be what it'll be. Why am I running with my 6-star? I forgot to just change this to all 7 stars. That's right. Hey, Kurt, welcome back again. Don't know how much of a movie nerd you are, but Marvel announced a new Versus this month that maybe, in my opinion, maybe the... I have not seen it. What? You have to give me more. I don't follow Marvel news all the time. I do watch the movies. I do follow the TV series and things like that, but I don't always have a chance to follow the news, especially if they announced it today. There was no hope in me following anything. I was traveling all day. One of my flights didn't have Wi-Fi. It was the worst 2 hours of my life. I don't know how I go to church or sit through a movie or do anything like that, because that 2 hours without internet on a plane was painful. I was forced to play the one non-internet connected game I had on my phone, which was Sudoku. So I did like 15 Sudoku puzzles. New Spider-Man coming in June 31st. Yeah, I saw that they announced the title. I didn't look and see what it was. Spider-Man versus Predator starts sometime this... Ooh. That's a different one. Yeah, I don't follow the comics. So I know you do. I know you buy comic books and stuff like that, but it's been a long time since I've done that. My pennies, unfortunately, go elsewhere. That's a big, chunky special, too. All right. Well, I'm convinced. I'm happy. I'm excited. It appears that this connection will hold up. I've been watching a kind of a packet monitor along with my stream, and it appears that it's holding up. Maybe we have hit on something. Let's go do some helps. I'm just trying to do some stuff here to see, and then maybe we can go get our 3rd Battlegrounds win. For those that couldn't see it because the connection kept crapping out, I did 2 matches. First match was a complete utter cluster. There's a nice little Zode. And followed up, not to be outdone, but another Zode, because, we are good at this game. We can that. And then this one here, That was probably one of my best Enchantress fights ever. And of course, the stream was crapping out and no one could see it. So I have to show it here because it did happen. And then this one, probably the worst Wolverine Weapon X fight I've ever had. I got him up to the charges. I had the power right where I wanted it. I had everything lined up. He went berserk, and I went to intercept. And of course, that second, I got rooted. And 5-hit combo on Gladiator, and I was pretty much dead. I got a couple other hits in and then missed another intercept and was like, 26 seconds. That'll do. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. And then we came back in the last round. Didn't get him down, but we got more damage in. So sometimes that's all that matters. All right. Let's run one more. Let's see if we can get our third win. Complete all the milestones. And then I'll feel pretty good. I'll feel pretty good. I'll feel better than I did previously when doing these. I was feeling pretty bad. Like I was going to have to spend days here by myself without you guys. And that hurts. It's no fun. I would miss my family. I get to talk to my wife every day. She can text me on my iPad while I'm streaming or while I'm doing other things. So, oh, the other thing about this hotel, I forgot to say it now that I just had to adjust how I'm sitting. It has got the shortest desk chair in existence. Right now, just so we'll scroll this down here a little bit. You can kind of see where the surface of the desk is on me. Just so I'm sitting to there, my knees, I probably have a good 5-6 inches between my knees and the desk. I am sitting on 3 pillows so that I am up as high as I am, so my arms can at least hit the desk. I feel like I'm a small kid sitting at an adult-sized table. Oh, look at that. That's the first rank 4 Sauron I think I've ever seen. That's kind of impressive. A rank 4 Sig 200 Sauron. Kudos to him. I am so impressed by that, I'm not going to ban him. I probably should. I will probably regret saying those words. But kudos to him. That is a one of a kind. That is a first of a kind. That is the only of a kind. There's probably not many of them out there. Yeah, days by myself would be horrible. I've got work I've got to do. I am here to do actual stuff. But yeah, it would be no fun. Guess we'll go there. No, we'll go there and there. I should bring in the Weapon X, but I don't know. Other people don't have the problem that I have with them. So we're bringing in the thing, the tingy ting, and we'll bring in this guy. That will pretty much make his sinister pointless. Ooh. Okay, we're going to go there, and we'll go there. Getting some good defenders. Who did he ban? Okay, so I do have my Deadpool X available to me, but I didn't get him. Being alone in my head is why I listen to very little angry metal music. I can understand that and appreciate that. Oh, he has crossbones. That was a bad play. That's all right. Good. Glad he went there. I'm going to throw. Who are we going to throw with? Let's throw with this guy. BG Stream Take 4 at least. There was a couple private streams that you guys didn't ever see. This is a throw. Ooh, he didn't go crossbones. Maybe I shouldn't have thrown. Well, maybe we'll try this. Of course. Oops. Well, it's a throw now. It's a complete and utter. I would say a word. Uh-oh. I just saw a connection issue pop up over there. Uh-oh, I saw another one. Oh. Oh, that's poor. Oh, how did that reach me? Well, she'll die. Okay, well, we made it. I'm just getting an error on the YouTube side. It still looks okay. Just getting a little error on the YouTube side. The rest of my stuff looks okay. Well, that was a little bit of a throw. He didn't use crossbones there. That kind of got me. Okay. Cap Sam we can take down. Ooh, even better. Even better. We're going to go here. Oh, yeah. Put the platinum pool up there because, you know, I was trying hard on that one. There was nothing but me trying extremely, incredibly hard to win that round. Sometimes people have to think with their emotes. All right, now we'll wait there. We'll get rooted. How do you finish that combo? What is that crap? I mean, really. Couldn't tell I was rooted. I mean, it was a medium, light, light, long pause, light, light. Come on. All right, last round. I'm going to put Shocker down. Yeah, we'll put Shocker down on defense. We'll have to, hopefully, Kushala, that's Serpent. This is probably a loss overall, but okay. But Battlegrounds fights may be a loss, but No problem, man. Have a good evening. I'm not on for much longer. This was just a test to see if I could at least make it maybe 20, 30 minutes. Um, I feel like I've been streaming for like 17 hours just to get the stream set right. Okay, shocker. Do your thing. Do your best. Pull a shocker. We're going to do that. Well, that's the way you blow it real quick. Although, it does show that I got the intercept in there. And of course, it wasn't the passive one. I don't know if you noticed that. Well, what am I doing? I'm selling hard. No passive. Well, we got two of them to stay at least. Oh. Some days you're just not meant to win, and that was not the passive either. One of these, hey, I got one passive incinerate. That was a pure block on my end. Nope. That's a loss. I get to watch the emote. Yeah, he knows how to spam emotes. Did you know that? He is talented. All right, let's run one more. I'll probably lose all the gains I made, but that's all right. We have made gains in the streaming field. Yep. Yep, of course we meet somebody that's going to be very, very good and have a large, large roster. Um, I think we'll take Cal out as well. Hey, Guardian, what's going on? That was you. We just matched GG's. I was making fun of you a little bit with the emote spamming, but I do that to everybody. But GG's. You know what? We're going to go there from there. I am, unfortunately, if you look at the title of this stream, I am testing some stuff. So I'm not really focused real well. It didn't play very well at all. But GG's, yeah, I ate way too much from Serpent there for my own good. Ugh. Yeah, see, and it's stuff like this that does not help me. I've got way too many mystics. But welcome, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I've been working on it a little bit. The roster has, gosh, dang it. Um, can't get any good. Hey, AJ, what's going on? I'm not getting good drafts, which isn't helping me at all. Um, but yeah, I've played this game for a little bit. I've soaked a little bit of money into it, but I appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's fun. I'm sitting in a hotel room with nothing else to do, trying to get my stupid stream stuff working while I'm in a hotel. I think we'll go there. What the heck? I have no idea what I'm doing in this round. I have not paid one bit of attention, really. It'll be unique. Let's just put it that way. He's going serpent. Who do I go first round? Who do I go here? Let's go. I really don't have any defenders. have defenders. Like I said, I am more focused on the stupid stream settings than I am on any of the matches. Oh well. We'll have some fun with it. Let's go this way. Let's see what we can do here with Shathra. And he's going to root me if I don't throw that. And that's right. That was the hit from across the board, my friend. And hey, air server's restarting on its own. There we go. Decent. Unfortunately, no one could see it because air server crapped out. Air server did. I'm trying to restart it now. So some of my settings may have affected that, but I did win that first round. I'm trying to reconnect now. Let me get the draft done here. Okay, so it should be back now. Like I said, when I do this from hotels, it is a crap show. But I think I've got most of the settings adjusted so that it'll work. Hopefully I'm back. I'm still showing I'm live. Yeah, I did not get the second draft in there. That's all right. I think we'll still be okay. I think we'll still be okay. Okay, through a special one. And throw another one. We need her to throw her special too. I think we'll do that. Followed by that, followed by that. Now we've got to throw another special one. She'll go to her haymaker. Why are you not throwing specials? Okay. There you go. Don't know if that's enough. That was enough. Even not paying attention, we won it. Yeah, Guardian, I was wondering why you didn't do that. But there we go. Not paying attention. We managed to get our third win for the night. There we go. All right. All right, all right, all right. I think I'm happy with the way things are right now. We had a little hiccup with Air Server in there, but all things said and done, and Guardian, since you haven't watched me much, what you'll find out is I'm an old man. I have a hard time with emotes. I don't mean anything personally by it. I pick on everybody who throws emotes out there. I'm an equal opportunity emote picker or picker honor. There we go. Reaper. You're supposed to be going to bed. I don't know if that's you, but it is a Reaper. Let's see. Who do we want to get rid of here? I think we'll get rid of Penny. May get rid of that Gentle. Yeah, I think we'll get rid of Gentle. Should be okay with Korg and Atuma. I have enough mutants in my deck, at least, that the start of everything should be there. I have Dazzler. I've got Deadpool X. I've got, well, we'll go Bishop just in case I get nothing else. Hey, the other black man, what's going on? I used to be mad toxic with emotes, but have learned to be kinder. Oh, I'm going to have some defenders here. I think we'll go there. Not the great, and of course, he gets both Atuma and Korg. Granted, I do have Bishop, and I do have, what's his name? My rank 4 dude. Onslaught. There we go. The name will come to me eventually. Let's go there. It's been an interesting night, the other black man. There's been 3 previous streams to this. Me trying to do different settings on my laptop to get this stream to day. It's been unique. Best way I can put it. My best fight of the night, which was Shathra versus a Serpent, Air Server kicked out on it. Let's go. We'll give him something weird here to start with. Let's see. What do we want to do here? We'll go Deadpool here. This may be a mistake, but it's a rank 2 Dazzler. Ah, you. That could have been so good. But like I said, that should be enough. Warlock's going to do enough power drain that it's going to be hard for her to go special 1, special 2. And that was kind of the plan there. And now we'll drop Serpent. And then we've got Photon. So I think we're okay here. We'll have to figure out what to do against his defenders. See, I placed first, so I'm going Serpent. If he places Shuri, I'll probably go Dust. Or I could do Photon. Photon can actually parry Shuri. I think it's working, Faust. We'll see. This is a shorter one. I'm hoping I got everything set. I said it earlier in the stream. I tweaked every daggone thing that I have here with me. I've got my own little Wi-Fi router. I tweaked the settings on that to send smaller packet sizes so the hotel doesn't freak out. I changed settings in OBS. I changed settings in Air Server. I even changed settings on my network card into my laptop. I mean, there's nothing that I did not adjust. We're only streaming at 720p, which does help, and only 30 frames per second. You know, it's kind of the things I've had to do. You know what? We're going to try it. So we're going to see. It's held for the most part steady. I did have an Air Server crash, but I think I know how to fix that going forward. I kind of had to go all out, though. Yeah, that worked. Thoughts on everything that's been going on around the game as of late? I know there was some stuff that happened today with the 6-star crystal. I didn't really get into it much. I was traveling all day. I saw the videos out there. The stuff with Battlegrounds, it's just... I'm going to go back to things I've said all along. 99% of it is communication. I don't mind errors. I don't mind issues. I have never minded a bug in my life, I don't think. As long as the communication is there, as long as you're upfront, honest, own it, do all that kind of fun stuff. Now, I will say Crashed post was very, very good. He owned everything in there. And then Mike's follow-up post to the Nightmare raids, very, very good. They owned it. They took the blame. They said, hey, look, this isn't what we want. This isn't what we want to give you. I'm good with that. That is perfectly fine with me. If you own that and you say that and you do that, perfect. It is the months and months and months leading into years of silence on upgrading game modes. And then they do upgrades that honestly no one ever asked for. No one, I cannot recall any individual that I ever spoke to that said, hey, you know what would be great? You know what the game is missing? Nightmare raids. I love the idea and concept. Don't get me wrong. This isn't a bash on Nightmare raids. It's just a, hey, that wasn't anything anybody asked for. Everybody was happy for raids. Raids was in a good spot. Raids was in a great spot because, well, one, it wasn't AQ. That's part of it. So, yeah, it should, and that's kind of what I'm getting to. So they did that, but why not put just a little effort into Battlegrounds? I know, according to Crash and according to their numbers, it's a niche game mode. Not that many people play it. I can understand that. A lot of people don't like PvP. PvP in almost any game is usually, unless it's a PvP-centric game, PvP modes in like MMOs and other things like that are usually the lowest used game modes. I look at like World of Warcraft and other things like that. There's PvP, people can do it, but there's a large number that do PvE, player versus the environment, more so than do player versus player. Completely understand that and can buy into it. That doesn't mean for a year and a half you ignore it. That bothered me. They didn't say anything about it. I guess the one that got me the most was everybody was up in arms before, what was it, the February live stream, I think it was. They had the opportunity to just address it, to just say, hey, look, we've heard, we're looking into upgrades. That's it. They did subsequently in March, but they had the opportunity earlier on the live stream to quell most of the boycott talk. Now they've talked, they've said what they're going to do, they've implemented part of it. Now is the time that they've got to follow through and live up to it. They've got to do what they said, which is something that the other thing that they've had a hard time with other than communication was implementing things the right way and doing what they say. You look at nightmare raids. Yeah, they put it in there, but it wasn't anything like they said. Oh, it's going to be harder. Not everybody will get through it. Fine. But we're going to tweak down, the Korg's thorns aren't going to be too bad. One hit in the Korg with a medium when he had his rock stacks up was 25% of health. I can't believe it's taking this long for the Knowledge Monthly EQ. Yeah. There are game modes that have gone without for a very long time. And I know, Crash, the thing that got me, Crash was saying that, he was focused on player retention. And I will say up until recently, retention probably was better. There was a lot of end game content. You were holding on to those end game players. But what's missing, I'm just going to we'll go screen by screen here. The act content, perfectly fine. That's fine. That comes every 4 months, something like that on a normal cadence. Perfectly fine there. Event Quest. This mode right here, Thronebreaker. How many titles back is that? That's 2 titles ago. I don't know when the titles came out. I can't remember the exact titles, but that's a while. Then you got Paragon. You don't have anything for Valiant. Fine. That game mode was neglected. The next tile over, Battlegrounds. Neglected. Next tile over, Event Quest. Hey, we're going to give you nightmare raids. But when you come in here, all these fights, you see all these lovely nodes here. I'm not going to count the boss node. The mini bosses did change finally. All these other fights, you can see there's a bunch of them. All the other fights except for 4 fights. 2 of them are the same fight, really, but 4 fights have been the same for 2 years. I have taken the same exact fights, the same exact path in 2 different alliances for about 2 years. But you can get nightmare raids. How hard would it be to change the defenders on the map? Just come in and change the defenders. AQ is stale as hell. Change the defenders. You don't need to go massive. You don't need to change the nodes. You don't need to change the path identifiers. There are 300-ish champions in this game. Change the defenders. I mean, even make it, I take a path in Section 2 that I fight Airwalker. I've got to fight him again in Section 3. I fight Omega Red. I fight him again in Section 3. Why not have unique champions throughout the map? One time and done. Don't repeat. No need to repeat champions in here at all. Use all 300 of the ones that you've got. No sense in repeating any champion anywhere. You got enough. I don't think there's 300 nodes in here. Okay, so that didn't get any love. So where are we at here in the fight menu? 1, 2, the side quest. I don't count. That doesn't even rate on my scale. I run it from time to time. I don't. Incursions. You got Saga incursions, but incursions have been the same for years. AQ just needs to go, yeah, I kind of agree. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not only is map and AQ outdated, the rewards are outdated at this point. They haven't updated the store. Alliance Wars finally got an grade a little bit for season 56, but before that, it was the same for about 2 years. These end game content, that's an area that they focused on and did an excellent job. I will say, end game content. I don't like the Ares fight, but the end game content has been great. Karina's challenges have been great. Arena hasn't changed in years. Back issues. When was the last back issues? When was back issue number 8? When did that come out? That's been what, 3-4 years ago? So out of this fight menu, 1, 2, 3 tiles have been updated. In 2 years. I don't want to bash on them. I know it's a big entailed game, but then you get over here to the store and you change the look of it. But this tab here has stayed about the same. I mean, when you get into this one especially, these potions, and you can see I did buy a bunch of these potions are so outdated. 14k health. Okay? I'm just going to show something here. 14k health. I went into war not too long ago with Wolverine Weapon X. This guy right here. Rank 2. Fully boosted at 100k health. That potion, which is the potion we have to buy with the resources that are for that game mode, does 14k. I think it's like 21k, something like that when I'm boosted. But still, it takes 5 of them to heal up if you're down low. It hasn't been updated. Glory Store hasn't been updated. Incursion Store. Do they have the Incursions Crystal? If I can find it in here. Is the same as when they released it. And I think these champions are now back in the regular crystal. Why not put new ones in there? Battleground Store. Yeah, they upgraded it recently. They added in somewhere that was the big upgrade to the Battleground Store, and you got those. You're going to use 15 items. Yeah, they need to overhaul that. I think the complaint I care about is that the game heavily favors pay to win. I'm free to play, and it's such a grind. Yeah, but some of us are, we pay, but we don't fight very well. There's things like that. That here, so you've got the Alliance, you've got the Incursions, you've got Battlegrounds, the big tabs, the ones that everybody can get to doing in-game stuff, haven't really been updated. Trader's Outpost, I guess you could say it's been updated. Sigil Store, they did just change that around recently. So that's my complaint. It is communicate and have they used to do the roadmap. Hey, let's fight. What's going on, man? They used to do the roadmap. And I know the roadmap got them in trouble because they would lay out their vision and there would be stuff that just couldn't happen. Just stuff that they had issues with. And that's fine. It's a plan. It's not something there. But if you have issues with something you put in a roadmap, just communicate. Hey, look, we had planned on in, I don't know, April, coming up with a new game mode that, we talked up and said that there's going to be a new game mode. We ran into some issues. It's going to be June or July. Yeah, people are going to be disappointed, but understanding. House 4 BGs, actually pretty darn good. We did well for war, considering we don't push, we don't boost, we don't really do much. We finished, we've been in tier 2 pretty much the entire season and, finished decent. I think we lost our last 3, but before that, we were on a pretty good streak. I'm pleased. My war season went well. I took the fights I wanted to. Hey, an air server crashed. No, I turned my phone off. That's not air server. That's me. There we go. Traders Outpost is off of a crash that they were updated. What I'm looking forward to, what I want to see is this new currency. Um, you know, that to me is the hope. That's the light at the end of the tunnel. Give me a currency that finally all game modes contribute to, and you can choose what you want to do. You can advance fast enough if you want to focus just AW, or you can advance at the same speed if you just want to focus AQ, or you can advance at the same speed if you just want to focus battlegrounds. If you do all three, you don't have to focus on any one of them. You can do just a little bit of all three. I do every game mode just because I stream and I enjoy it, and it gives me something to do while I'm in boring meetings, um, or on the road in a hotel room. So that to me is the hope. And that I think will help the free to play player as much as it does those that pay for it. If you put a cap saying, hey, of this new currency, I can't even remember what it was called now, you can only get 25 a month, and out of that 25, that lets you get enough to get rank 3, another rank 3 champion, or maybe, 2 months and you can have a rank 4, something like that. Some cap that puts it reasonable to obtain, whatever it is. But you make it as, if you're going to go free to play, yeah, you have to do war, you have to do AQ, and you have to do battlegrounds. I'm not saying what I would want is that they don't have to be top 30 in war, top 50 in AQ, top 500 in battlegrounds. Just do it. Do a reasonable amount to be able to get those, to even the board, and then even your pay to winners, those that like collecting the champions, those that will pay for champions, those that will pay for that little bit of an edge and other things, still only get the same amount of resources. Granted, they can buy with cash money other ones, but just put something in there that evens that playing field. That's kind of what I'm looking for out of that resource. It's going to depend on how it's put in. It's going to depend on how they do it. That's kind of how most of this is. I am not to the point yet where I'm saying the heck with the game. I enjoy it. I've got a lot invested in it. I've got time, I've got resources, I've got this that I do, that I sit here and focus and pull my hair out in a hotel room to try and get a decent quality stream out. But I just wish, when you start going through these menus, there's so much in there that's outdated. You look at the Alliance tab, the two things there, we've already touched on it, Alliance Quest, Alliance War, those are outdated. I mean, heck, even this members page is a little bit outdated. The help is definitely outdated. Having to do this for a little bit of loyalty, give me a help all. Buy now. Let's do it. I know it's hard. I'm not saying it's easy to implement, but we managed to clutch Plat 2 because of our first war. We were Plat 3 first place. Ooh, there you go. Congrats, man. I would give you some confetti, but I haven't set all that stuff up and I'm afraid to at this point. The crystal tab, they did try something new with crystals. They did try, the featured pity timer crystal. So I won't say that they haven't updated this. They did just butcher it today, but at least they've updated it. This special tab needs to go. I don't know when the last time I opened up any of these Cavalier crystals. Four to 6-star champions just really don't do it for me, and I don't need the ISO. Hey, Zim, what's going on, man? So, that's kind of where I'm at with it. It would be nice. This tab here, give me some more room in my damn inventory. I don't like selling things. Or give me an auto sell all that it's expiring button. I know you've got the sell 100, but give me a button that lets me sell just the things that are expiring without having to go through here and tap like this. There are little quality of life things that I would change. You know, speaking of which, look up there at the top. What's my currency right now? Can you tell? There we go. It finally rolls around, then it clears up. And that's been a bug that's been around forever and a day. They need your coding skills. I'm not a coder. I work with coders. I am okay. My coding, my actual programming skills, I can read code. I can look at code and I can help debug it. So if there's a bug or there's an issue, I don't know code itself. I can't sit there and write. I equate software engineers, coders, whatever you want to call them, kind of like artists. You know, they are they are artists. They come up with something out of nowhere to put the stuff together in a game or whatever it is. They are artists by far, not just, can they draw and, create the pretty pictures, but creating the code is artwork. It is a talent. I can't do that. What I can do though is I can sit there and read the code, follow the logic and debug it. So that's my coding, and that's where I come in. I manage coders. That is my job. I run teams of software engineers. So it's funny because I don't know any language, but I've had many engineers challenge me to help them debug something, and I'll find the bug before they do. Um, I can follow the logic, and I can follow the path through something. But asking me to write something in whatever language ain't going to happen. It's kind of like networking. You know, I know networking. I know how to hook crap up. I know how to make things work. But I'm not the guy that you want to come to that's going to write the command line prompts in, Cisco anymore. I used to have my CCNA and could do all that crap. Not anymore. I am a jack of all trades, master of none. And that's kind of why I got my PhD in it. I got PhD in technology management with no real discipline in mind. No, hey, I'm a PhD in software engineering. No, I did general technology management because that's what I do. I manage technology teams, and I like to have fun. So I don't want to pigeonhole myself into anything. I like playing around. And that's kind of like one of the reasons I do like this game as much as it is. There are a lot of different things to do. There's times where I can do mindless things. I want to sit and watch a movie. I want to sit on a conference call that I don't have much to do. I just kind of want to listen in, and I can sit there and do Arena. It takes no brain. I can just keep my thumbs busy. Hey, that's good. That gets that itch out of the way. Sometimes I want to do content that makes me want to pull what's left of my hair out. I want to go fight Ares, or I want to do the gauntlet or the ordeal or whatever it is. I can come in here and I've got a mode for that. I've got a mode that I can do hard things and try hard fights. We've got kind of a grand scale PvP. I like that. You can do that. Alliance Quest, I don't know what you would consider that. Busy filler. Event Quest, kind of the same thing, busy filler. The act content, so there is a lot of different things, a lot of different ways you can play this game and enjoy it. Just keep them up to date. It's a big ask because there is a lot in here, and they say they're coming out with another mode, which is great. But here's where the problem's going to come in. You add another game mode. How many champions are there? Let's go 6-star. That's probably closer. So I've got 283 individual 6-star champions, and I'm missing a few, I think. Yeah. So I'm missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing 10. So 293, 294 champions. So getting real close to 300. You got 300 champions. You'll have 7 game modes. You're having trouble keeping it up right now. What are you going to do when you add more? The plans better be good. Because what scares me is something that has been around forever and a day. Six-star crystal. I don't know how much coding's involved. I know it's not as simple as we want to make it sound. But pulling out a bunch of champs, putting in new ones, it got screwed up today. Do better. Own it. You screwed up. Do better. Just don't do it again. And that's kind of, if my son was in here, and I've said this on the stream, my whole motto in life is I don't care if you mess up. I don't care if, I've got guys out working right now. If they knock over a ladder, it breaks the plate glass window in the front, knocks out the network, the practice can't open tomorrow, something like that goes on. I don't care. I'll take the hit. It'll be on me. Just own it. I want the guy who did it to call me up and say, hey, I messed up. I did this. And as long as he does that, as long as he owns it, as long as he's remorseful, and as long as he promises me he'll never do it again, and it's not he hasn't done it like 17 times before, I have no problem with it. I will go to the CEO of the company and say, hey, look, I screwed up. My fault. It's on me. Yell at me. Whatever it is, it's on me. He'll never know who the individual was that would do it. He could pin, he could ask me, I would stand there to the point where I would get fired for him. And that's kind of where I'm at. Kabam, you've screwed up. Own it. Don't do it again. Simple. If they don't have the manpower to keep adding game, yeah. And that's kind of where I'm at with that. Crash even said it, he was one person. There was others that were working on things. He was working on this one part of it. Hire more. There's so much that's the problem. Like they said, the game is too big. Yeah. Okay. Here's a novel idea. The game is huge. And I hate in a way that I'm going to say this, but why not do either like a second game? Here's what I have in mind, and this is kind of what I had in mind with Realm of Legends. Okay. What I want, here's my champion pool. If you create a second game like Realm of Legends, or maybe you do MCOC player versus player, all the player versus player modes go in one game, all of the PvE go in another game, something like that to separate the content. Let me pull from the same player pool. But then you have 2 different games, 2 different revenue sources, 2 different upgrade paths through Apple and through Android, so you can make changes to the code more frequently in those game modes. You have separate development teams that all they're doing is using the same code, the same database for the champions in multiple different games. I don't know. There are things you can do. There are things here for this event quest. I've said this before. Grab the event quest. Make the side quest the event quest. How many fights are in here? Okay, so there's 4 fights each path. You have to run it 4 times, 16 fights. Make that your monthly event quest. Hey, Sonu. There we go. Sonu Bahari. Thanks for the sub. I said congrats for the sub. Thank you for the sub. There's nothing saying you have to do an event quest that has 3 chapters, 2 sections in each chapter, 3, 4, 5 paths, respectively. Break it up. I know it's easy to do it this way. Break it up, change it. You don't have to do that. There's nothing saying here. Granted, we like it that Act 9.2 has to have 6 sections with 3 paths in each section. Problem with the second game, so many other games who did game 2. Yeah. And that's kind of what happened with Realm of Legends. I always thought Realm of Legends was going to be, you did stuff in Realm, it was going to affect what you did in MCOC and vice versa. And it wasn't that way. That would be kind of cool. You do stuff in the other version in a second game, and it affects what happens in this game. So you get champions that are unique to that game that come into this one. I don't know. Yeah, and it does happen, but at some point, okay. Because the other thing we always hear in this game is the code is so old. This is a 10-year-old game. The platform it was based on is no longer. It has been upgraded several times. And they're working to upgrade the code, but sometimes maybe you just scrap it and start fresh. I don't know. I don't have the answers for that part of it. I don't sit in their meetings. I don't understand how complex everything is, but I can tell you from what I do know on coding, and we'll go back to that talk. When you have code in your infrastructure that is 10 years old, I guarantee you the person that wrote that code most likely is no longer with the company. And if you have any of your engineers that even worked with that person at some point in time in their career, you're going to be lucky. And you got to hope that whoever wrote that original code documented the heck out of it. Or somebody somewhere is going to get lost and screw something up. I don't know. To me, and just kind of wrap it all up, to me, it all comes down to communication. Let us know what's going on. We're invested. Think of it like, you own stock in a company. I feel like I own stock in MCOC. I put a ton of my money in there. I own part of Kabam. I own part of that company. I paid somebody's salary there at some point in time. You would not go a quarter without updating your investors on the outlook. You release a quarterly report, giving your projections, giving your outlook, giving your thoughts on the past quarter, and you give all that, and then you give your projection for the upcoming quarter and for the rest of the year. Do it. You hold the monthly meetings. You have them monthly. I guarantee you, come Friday, we'll talk about the new champions. We'll talk about 9.2. Talk to somebody on the development team, and that'll be it. I believe Kabam through MCOC does want to help the community, but there's a disconnect from the idea. Yeah, there is. There's a big one. The other thing I will say that hurt the game a lot, and maybe we didn't realize it at the time. Kabam Mike with 2 eyes, not Karate Mike, not Kabamasaurus Rex, Kabam Mike, Kabam Jax did one hell of a job. Especially Kabam Mike. Kabam Mike probably as a single individual outside of maybe Gabe early on in MCOC. I think Kabam Mike probably did more for this game and more for this community than any one person. Did we always like him? Did we always agree with him? No. But I think he did one hell of a job playing the role of, hey, I am to the community, I'm the face of Kabam. To Kabam, I'm the face of the community. I think he did an excellent job at that. And that's a hard role to play where, when you're talking to people in the community, you are the company. You own their mistakes, you own their successes. You are that. And then vice versa. When you go into the company meetings, you are the voice of the customer. I think he did better than any other individual that I could think of in that role. I think Karate Mike and I think Dorky Diggity Dave, they will grow into it, but they're still new. They're still learning. They're doing better. I want to give huge kudos out to Karate Michael, to Kabam Osaurus Rex on his post of the AQ issue. I don't know who wrote it. I don't know if it was him or Dave, but wonderful, wonderful post. That was refreshing. So losing devs like Broccoli, Jax, and Mike likely set Kabam back. Yeah. Yeah. I think, I really think losing Karate Mike was hard. Jax did a good job on the streams. Jax was meant for that. He did. His first one was a little kind of rough and shaky, but that was because I think a lot of the technology wasn't there. Once they got the technology built out, those were wonderful. The other thing that's hurting them right now is they need to do more community events. Hey, Messiah, what's going on? Yeah, it's past my bedtime too. It's 9 o'clock here almost, so that's kind of when I was going to wrap things up. But you know, you missed 3 previous streams, man. This is stream number 4. I don't want to hear it. You missed 3 whole streams. Granted, one of them was maybe 5 minutes long. Another one was maybe 10. But the only thing you missed is I did go. I did 4-1. 4-1 tonight, and then we've been talking. So anyway, that's enough of me ranting and rolling and bitching and moaning. I'm going to wrap it up here. I've got to be up at 6 o'clock Pacific time. It's the equivalent of what, 10, 11, 12, something midnight my time. I don't know. But I will say, what I do like is this profile picture. I don't know. It is just, it's just cute enough that I like it, and I hope they keep it because I want to keep it. Because the other thing I love is when you come into Alliance Quest or Alliance War, boom, that sucker's huge. Yep, I'm working out in Cali. I'm in California through Friday. Then I go to Lake Tahoe, which is kind of weird. It's either, depending on where you're at, it's either Nevada or California. And then I'm in Nevada next week. So I've had enough. I've been up since 4 a.m. East Coast time. Folks, love you. Mean it. Oops. Let's go back in here. You don't need to see my other apps. But I will be back tomorrow. Now that we've got this working, I don't have to work until tomorrow night. I'm doing some stuff overnight. So I'll be back with kind of a afternoonish stream. Maybe that would be the better way of saying it. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But hope everybody has a great evening. Thanks for keeping me company. Thanks for putting up with all the technology issues. We'll be back. And until then, let's see if anybody's streaming. There are not many of you here because it is late, but let's see if anybody's streaming. Max is streaming. For those that aren't falling asleep, go watch Max. Give him a Say Posse raid in the chat. I'll be there. I'll fall asleep to whatever he's doing and running arena, and hopefully I don't lose my streak in arena when I fall asleep. So anyway, have a good one. Take care, all. Come on. There we go.